Hello everyone and welcome to this chess-based course on the King's Indian attack. My name is Svitlana Demchenko and I'm a Women's International Master from Canada. In this course, I want to share with you how to play the King's Indian attack as white. I have really enjoyed playing it myself for many years and I hope you will enjoy it too. This setup is very flexible, easy to learn, and leads to very interesting middle games with great attacking chances. It has been played by ferocious attackers like Bobby Fischer, all the way to great positional players like Tigran Petrosian. We will explore their games, among many others, on our way to learning the King's Indian attack. One of my favorite things about this opening is that there are a few different move orders that can lead to our setup, and you can choose how you want to start. Let me give you a quick overview. For example, you can start with knight to f3, and despite many possible responses from black, we will get the following setup. Pawn goes to g3, bishop goes to g2, and d3. This is the King's Indian attack setup. What I like about it is that you essentially have the first 4, 5, 6 moves ready to go because it's a setup. We will explore many different nuances and different variations that black can play against it, but this is what we're going to aim for. The future plans are to castle, to prepare e4 with a lot of play in the center and sometimes with an attack on the king side. But if you're already an e4 player on the first move, the King's Indian attack can still be an option. You can still pursue very similar King's Indian attack plans by choosing e4 as a starting move, although this is only against specific openings for black. In my opinion, it works best against the French defense, the Sicilian, and the Caro-Kann. For instance, against the French defense, we are going to start slightly differently with d3, so that after black takes the center with d5, we can play knight to d2, covering the d file. And after black continues their development, we get the same setup. Knight out, g3, bishop to g2. Very similar ideas will still apply here. Now against the Sicilian, it's always so hard to find a weapon because there's so many different types of Sicilian. The Taimanov, the Najdorf, the Dragon, and you have to find something against all of them with so much theory on the line. And the King's Indian attack can work against essentially any type of Sicilian, with a few differences. We are going to start with knight to f3, and no matter what black plays next, let's say knight to c6, we can get our very familiar setup with g3, bishop g2, d3, and we can even transpose into this other similar line that we have just seen before. Now, in case of d6, for example, also an important type of Sicilian, I have a few move order preferences that I will explain in the starting with e4 guide, but beginning with c3, so that we're forcing black to play into knight f6 in most cases. Now we can now play g3, but be careful about the e4 pawn. It's not possible to take it because of a nice queen a4 fork. So black will defend it, we will play d3, bishop to g2, with very, very familiar ideas once again. And finally, against the Caro-Kann, we can still employ similar plans with d3, d5, and you can notice that even if black pursues very drastically different pawn structures, for instance with e5, we can still get our very solid structure with g3, bishop g2, and a very fighting middle game position. So as you can notice, the King's Indian attack is a very versatile weapon. In this course, I want to focus more on teaching you ideas rather than focusing on memorization because it's a setup, so it's all about ideas and future plans. The content of the course will be covering the main setups from the black side and what is best to do against it as white, both from the starting move knight to f3, and then I've also added a starting with 1 e4 as a guide for those who want to expand their repertoire if you're already an e4 player, for example. I also include model games, tactical training, and practice positions so that you can better master the topics and learn these ideas so that you can be fully confident to start playing the King's Indian attack. I wish you good luck on your learning journey and, most importantly, have fun.